Ranchers are part of our history here, but we seldom see them and even less often hear their stories. But just over the border into Montana, there's one cowboy that looks as though he just stepped out of an old Western motion picture. Tonight, the true life tale of a lifelong rancher as we go along the way to Alzada, Montana. This is a place where wide open land rolls out from the tree line like a blanket, a place where river water flows through a ravine with the soothing sound of a daydream, and a place where a cowboy, like 73-year-old cattle rancher Ed Lawrence, can still call home.
The feel of freedom, you know, you don't have a 9-to-5 job, you don't have somebody telling you what to do. We make our own decisions of what we're going to do.
And he's been making decisions for a long time now.
My dad got sick when I was a sophomore in high school, and so I've basically run a ranch ever since.
In the silence of a fall day, if you listen close enough, you can even hear the sound of his spurs.
The jingle is music to the cowboy.
A cowboy he's been, a cowboy he is. Long hours and hard work are his life.
93% of the time you're going from dark 30 to dark 30. You get up early, you work all day, and then when it gets dark, you might be done.
And here, they still do most of their work on horseback.
The name of the ranch is my brand, which is the Mill Iron, so we call it the Mill Iron Ranch. As soon as I step on the horse, he becomes my legs.
His horse's name is 007, and while horses are essential to their work, they're also a refuge for peace of mind.
Best feeling in the world. If I'm stressed out, if I get a horseback and ride out through like livestock or something like that, it's just kind of a letdown, you know, you just kind of mellow out, kind of enjoy the surroundings that you're in.
And as if ranching for decades isn't fascinating enough, there's something else Ed's been doing for decades, and it has to do with silver.
When I was younger, riding with older guys that had silver on their spurs, was always intrigued with it, and so thought maybe I ought to try to make some.
And so, as Ed does, he did. A challenge met. A self-taught silversmith now for decades.
Thought they'd only make a couple of pairs, 2 or 3 pairs, and I'm getting real close to 500 pairs now.
While he sells them, he also makes and wears his own, even pulling them off his own feet to show us. A buffer makes them shine.
All the mountings is sterling silver, and the brand, that is my cattle brand, it's sterling silver also.
One pair of spurs can take 40 to 50 hours. He also makes other items, including bits. He estimates 50 hours to make this one. It's only the shiny parts of the spurs and bits that are actually silver.
All the bars here are sterling. All the teardrop conchos are sterling.
With humble pride in his work, his spurs and bits are each numbered.
It says this is the 190th bit made, and then with my name, Ed Lawrence, Alzada, Montana, on it as the maker.
And ready for this, he's also a leather worker. He even made his own horse's saddle.
Some of my silver up in the cantle there's got my brand on it.
Wearing his own spurs, making his horse's saddle. This is a place where a 73-year-old cattle rancher like Ed Lawrence can still call home, amidst the comforting crunch of his horse's hooves. If you've met someone cool along the way, please call or email us to let us know a little bit of trivia. Ed has even made spurs for Hollywood's Tom Selleck that were used for a couple of major motion pictures.
He is an amazing man.
He really
Wow.
is. He's a walking piece of history.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the beautiful country he lives in.
Gorgeous.